Hey, how's going on guys? It's me, Vimems here. It's been a week since I didn't upload any videos. So by the way, today's video is going to be different. Today we are going to talk about the worst anime live action adaptation ever. I know it's random, but I'm very eager to review this for you guys because I watched these movies recently. Alright, so enough talking. Let's just jump right into it. Live action anime adaptations have always been a hot topic of discussion in the community. Most live action anime movies and TV shows have received mostly poor reviews from critics and fans. It's a challenge to successfully adapt anime narratives into a much more realistic medium while maintaining the magic of the original, which is understandable. However, there have been successful anime adaptations out there, such as Death Note 2006, Detective Pikachu, Alita Battle Angel, and more. With that being said, today we're going to talk about 4 popular anime adaptations that fell miserably. Alright, moving on to the top 4. The Last Airbender is a live-action film adaptation of the popular animated television series Avatar, created by Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. The movie was directed by M. Night Shyamalan and released in 2010. The plot of the movie centers on Aang, a young child who is the last of air nomads and the only one who has the ability to control the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. Aang is also known as the Avatar. The plot begins after 2 twins from the water tribe named Katara and Sokka awaken Aang, who has been dormant in ice for 100 years. Later, they go on a quest to vanquish the Fire Nation and put the planet back in balance together. Unfortunately, the movie received a lot of negative reviews from both critics and fans. Well, before we discuss this further, I want to tell you that I'm not a fan of animated series, so I'm not going to be biased about this movie. To be honest, I think the movie is rather average, depends on circumstances. But don't get me wrong, there are plenty scenes that are really bad, but that's not the reason why the whole movie should be labeled worse. It's hard for me to give a genuine opinion because I can tell the difference between the animated show and the movie, since I don't really watch the cartoon at all, so I don't know what's so wrong with the movie, especially when it comes to the essence of the characters. I think I'll just give you my opinion based on what everyone thinks about it, just based on general. So I read some reviews that the biggest problem was the whitewashing of the characters. That was one of the biggest criticism of the movie. The main characters in the animated series are mostly people of color, but in the movie they portrayed by white actors. So this decision sparked controversy and accusations of cultural appropriation, but when I look at the actors, it seems like they fit the cartoon look pretty well. Some of them, I think. But an accurate looking character doesn't mean the movie will be good, right? It's all about delivering the performance. So I'm pretty sure that might be the reason. So yeah, when I first saw the movie, I thought something was wrong. The acting of the actor playing Aang is a bit cringy, and so is the choreography. I'm 100% sure that all the sequences in the movie are made to appeal to a kids audience. I think Shyamalan underestimated the fan base of the series. Even I thought so too. In fact, I didn't even know that the series had a large following among adults as well. I think Shyamalan was like, "Crap this, I'm just making this movie for kids. After all, it's Nickelodeon. They don't know anything about film material, you know." So the movie was also criticized for its slow pacing, lack of character growth, and simplistic depiction of the intricate concepts of the series. This is the main problem when it comes to adapting a television series, especially cartoons or anime. All the pacing, the character development, the plot, and the dynamics of the characters. It will prove to be complicated and convoluted to pack them into a 2-hour movie. Many fans thought Shyamalan's interpretation of the tale was flawed, and the movie failed to capture the essence of the show. Overall, fans were let down by this, although the movie made an effort to adapt the well-known story for the screen. Its execution ultimately fell short. Fans were disappointed and displeased due to the characters' whitewashing and a weak plot. Alright, moving on to the next movie. The live-action adaptation of the manga and anime series Attack on Titan is a cinematic failure that falls short of capturing the essence of the source material. This 2015 film has drawn harsh criticism for its poor acting, awful pacing, and unconvincing visual effects. The plot of the film, which follows Eren Yeager, Mikasa Ackerman, and Armin Arlet as the battle titans, enormous humanoids that have wiped out humanity, has a promising beginning. As the film goes on, it becomes clear that there are numerous issues with the adaptation. The lackluster performance in the film is one of the most obvious flaws. The actors, particularly the lead actor Haruma Miura, who plays Eren Yeager, gave flat, unconvincing performance that falls short of capturing the character's intense emotions. But that's not the biggest issue that bothered me and fans as well. I think it's pretty obvious that Levi's character, they changed Levi's character. This changes anger fans because they completely replace the character. Full stop. Let me explain. It is supposed to be Levi, but in this movie, they changed his character to a guy named Shikishima. The actor doesn't even have a look of Levi at all. So this is weird. This is odd. This is, I think, the weirdest and stupidest decision they have ever made, since Levi is the most likable, lovable, and famous characters in the series. It's utterly ridiculous, how they've done this. I don't know what the hell the producer was thinking at that time. But all I gotta say is all the actors don't mesh well together, and the interactions come off as forced and unnatural. Another significant problem is the movie's pace. It tries to fit too much content into its running time, which leads to a hurried and fragmented narrative. The character motivation and backstories are also not established enough for the audience to care about them, and the movie passes over several crucial story scenes. As a result, the film doesn't emotionally engage the audience, which makes it challenging to feel invested about the characters and the problems. Furthermore, the movie's visual effects are poorly done. The Titans, the major enemies in the plot, are shown using poor CGI that is unable to accurately express their size and strength. The Titans are meant to be terrifying force, but in the movie they came out as unrealistic, ridiculous, horrible, and completely disgusting. One of the reasons I don't like this part of the movie, the action scenes in the film are also poorly choreographed, which makes them seem lackluster and boring. In conclusion, the Attack of Titan live action film in sum is a poor adaptation of the original manga and anime series. It has weak acting, awful pace, and poor special effects. The movie fails to capture the essence of the original story, making it difficult to invest in the characters and the struggles. The manga and anime adaptations are significantly greater in terms of plot and execution, so fans of the series would be best off staying away from this one. Alright, next movie. The popular manga series Death Note has long held the attention of both readers and the audience. There have been several adaptations of the series, including a live-action movie that was released in 2017. Unfortunately, the movie was a tremendous letdown for fans, and here's why. First and foremost, the film failed to represent the essence of the original material. The original manga and anime series explore morality, justice, power-related themes in deep and nuanced manner. Contrarily, the movie had flat characters and an unimpressive premise. It was a watered-down version of the story. It seems that the filmmakers were more concerned with reaching a larger audience than they were with staying aesthetic to the original material. The casting choices for this movie were also a major issue. The main character, like Yagami, was played by an American actor, Ned Wolf, who was white despite being Japanese in the source material. So this decision was widely criticized as Hollywood continues to whitewash Asian characters. The choice to use an American actor in the lead role also had an impact on the character's personality, making him more brash and arrogant than the clever and calculating light from the manga and from the anime. Well, the dumbest thing I hate about the movie is the screaming part. You know, the actor trying to show the essence of the character, but it doesn't work. I understand the look like Yagami making a psychopath face when he breaks a character. It was supposed to be funny and silly, but in the movie, the way he tried to show that part was hilariously bad. It's just pure cringe. So Netwolf he failed to bring out the character's personality, the character essence as well as he could have. It doesn't even convincing. Other characters in the movie also endure from bad casting decisions, like Kate Stanfield, who played the eccentric detective L. I'd say that's closest to the essence of the character so far, even though he's black. Like and L are supposed to fight in intellectual way, genius against genius. But in this movie, they just chase each other like cat and mouse. It's it's so weird. It's annoying. It's really annoying to watch. Literally every actor who played the parts so badly. But despite all that, the only character that appealed to the audience was Ryuk. Ryuk was by far the best character so far. Willem Dafoe played the role so brilliantly. He brought the character to life. That's one of the scenes I like the most in the movie, rather than anything else. So in conclusion, the 2017 Death Note was a big disappointment for fans. The poor casting, lackluster script, and disregard for the original left audiences dissatisfied and disappointed. While adaptations can often take creative liberties with the source material, the Death Note film failed to capture the essence of the manga and anime series. The end result was a movie that appeared to be more of a money grab than an actual effort to retell the story for a new audience. Alright, moving on to the last movie. Last but not least, one of the biggest failures in anime history is still being discussed and talked about today. You already know what it is about. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dragon Ball Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution is a
2009
live-action film adaptation of the popular Dragon Ball anime and manga series. The film was directed by James Wong, a talented filmmaker who has directed several Final Destination films. Those films were amazing and brilliant, but unfortunately, this Dragon Ball Evolution, as we know it today, received consistently poor reviews and was labeled a box office failure. The poor reviews for the movie can be attributed to a number of reasons, such as lack of adherence to the original material, the poor acting, and the inferior special effects. The fact that it doesn't stick to the original series is one of the main criticisms of the movie. Fans of the anime and manga are so disappointed with the movie's plot and characters because they are so drastically different from the original material. The acting performance of the movie has been criticized as awkward and ineffective. The actor who portrays Goku, Justin Chatwin, doesn't have the charisma and complexity of the original character and didn't convince fans with his performance. it was like Justin was forced to. It was like he doesn't investing with this character at all. In the movie, Goku is portrayed as a high school student, which is very different from the description of the character in the original. Because in the original, Goku show as a kid who lived in in his grandpa's house. He never met a woman. He never went to school or anything at all like has been shown in the movie. It's completely contradictory, completely opposite. So there are many scenes in the movie that don't fit the character's complexity, character's charisma. There is more I want to discuss, but it's too long, so I'm just gonna point out what everyone thinks that worse. The rest of the cast, Amy Rossum as Bulma, and Chow Yun-fat as Master Roshi are among the other actors who also perform poorly in the roles. Oddly enough, they completely left out the beloved character Krillin, who is by far the most important, the most crucial characters in the series. It's very odd that Krillin doesn't show in this movie. I guess I suspect that maybe they can't find the right actor for the role. The movie's special effects are also a major problem, falling short of today's expectation. The CGI in the film is often unrealistic, especially in the action scenes where it matters most. Like you have seen if you watch the movie, like you see Goku throws a bug. He kick a bug and throws it at his grandpa's mouth, which is hilariously bad. And also the stupid flying car, as I remember, and also the dragon. But overall, most of the movie has a bad CGI overall. So yeah, the use of the wire work and green screen is also obviously poor, which adds to the overall impression that the movie is cheap. So in conclusion, the movie adaptation is disappointing. The lack of fidelity to the original, the mediocre acting performance, and the poor spectacular effects leave viewers with a bland and unimpressive experience. Although the film could have appealed to both fans and newcomers, it falls short on both counts and leaves viewers feeling disappointed by its poor quality. Alright, that's all for today, guys. I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. And yeah, I know it's random, but I think I want to make this kind of video for my future contents, but not only covering movie reviews. Maybe I'm just going to play some horror games in the future, whatever I would like to do. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you think about this video. Alright, that's enough. Bye.